Chapter 7. Looking at her parents ridiculing Alex, Emma sighed and said, "Dad, Mom, don't blame Alex for this. It was my idea. I just don't want our family to be looked down on anymore. Haven't we suffered enough all these years?" Emma's mother blurted, "But still, you can't take on such a task. It's not just you, even if your grandma goes in person, they wouldn't entertain her." Alex managed a bitter smile as he watched the bickering. He bet that his snobbish in-laws would never believe that he was the real owner of Diamond Group. At this exact moment, there was a knock on the door. "I'm coming." Elaine heaved a distressing sigh as she walked to the door and opened it. Alex shifted his gaze to the door and saw a young man donning an Armani suit standing at the door. The man looked very charming and alluring with a Patek Philippe watch on his wrist, which seemed to be worth at least $4 million. Elaine shrieked excitedly, "Hey, George! Why are you here?" The man was George Alexander, the young man of the Alexander family who had been pursuing Emma relentlessly. George donned a smile and said, "Auntie, I heard about Emma's negotiation with the Diamond Group, so I'm here to give her some ideas." "Wow, you really are our family's life savior." Elaine was very excited and thrilled, and she looked at him like she was looking adoringly at her son-in-law. She quickly welcomed him into the house and said, "George, could you help Emma to win Diamond Group's contract?" George nodded with a polite smile. He ignored Alex entirely, treating him like a lowly ant. He walked straight to Emma and said gently, "Emma, why didn't you tell me anything about this? This is huge. Anyway, don't worry, my family has some connections with Diamond Group. I'll speak to my father. Let's see how we can help you with this." Frankly, George's father wasn't as influential as he claimed to be, but he was simply trying to win Emma's heart by saying so. Emma knew that George had feelings for her all along, so she said indifferently, "George, I appreciate your kind offer, but no thanks, I'll find a way myself." Elaine gaped in bewilderment and chided, "Emma, are you crazy? Mr. Alexander is kind and generous enough to pay you a visit and help you. How could you say such things?" Emma remained quiet, but Alex asked George intriguingly, "Mr. Alexander, I'm curious, how can you help Emma? Diamond Group is so big and I don't think you're much of an influence to them, right? And now you claim that you have a way to help Emma win the contract?" George sneered contemptuously and said, "What do you know? The Alexander family and Diamond Group have always been cooperating partners for years. This time, our family can get at least 1/3 of their $2 billion project. Until then, I'll ask my father to allocate $10 million as a subcontract to Emma." Mission accomplished, isn't it? Alex gaped in surprise. "Wow. I didn't know that the Alexander family has such an intimate relationship with Diamond Group." George sneered. "Of course. Everyone in Oris Hill knows about that." He then glared at Alex disdainfully and uttered, "Alex Anderson, let me offer you a piece of advice. A frog in the well like you had better leave Emma now. A hopeless man like you can't bring her happiness, you'll only be her burden." Emma said coldly, "I'm sorry, Mr. Alexander, I don't need your help and please watch your mouth." Dumbfounded, George said in disbelief, "Emma, I'm helping you, why are you still taking this loser's side? Why are you so protective of him?" Emma said in a serious tone, "He's not a loser, he's my husband." A gloomy cloud hovered over George's face. He growled furiously, "Okay. You asked for it, do as you please. I want to see how you're going to solve this problem. Don't come crying at me for not giving you a chance later on when you fail." Then, George turned around, slammed the door, and left. Elaine went after George hurriedly, but he was long gone. She slapped her thighs indignantly, pointed at Alex's nose, and screamed, "You! How dare you! What else can you do besides being Emma's burden? Mr. Alexander had kind-heartedly lent a hand but you chased him away." Alex said flatly, "Mom, he's all talk. He can't even win a contract with Diamond, How can he help Emma? Bullshit, Elaine scolded. What do you know, you ignorant fool? The Alexander family can get 1/3 of the $2 billion contract. Alex was inexpressive, but deep in his heart, he was grinning as he thought, I don't know how powerful the Alexander family is. But I know that my diamond group will never have any connection with them anymore. Even if they did work together on many projects previously, from now on, all of this will be terminated. Of course, Emma couldn't read her husband's mind. She turned to her mother and said, Mom, don't blame Alex. Just wait until I return from Diamond Group. Ha, Elaine sighed in great dismay, feeling that God was unfair to her. She had married a useless husband, while her daughter had married an even more useless man. What had she done to end up like this?